Ladies and gentlemen, stand by for Alice Cooper.
Here.
Hey, where's the old lady?
Oh, she's not here today, Alice. Sorry about that. She misses you and sends her very best.
Lumbago, probably, with the
Probably,
rain.
yeah. Well, she's okay. She loves you. Listen, I've never asked you this question before. What was the first thing you ever did on stage?
Very first gig ever was in high school. We had the Letterman's Club, the athletes. If you won a letter, for football or something, I was a track runner. I ran the mile and the 2 mile. 4 of the guys in the original band were in the Letterman's Club. We were athletes. So we decided we would do a takeoff on the Beatles. We would call ourselves the Earwigs.
Okay.
We went and bought Beatle wigs.
Yeah.
And we had our track outfits on.
When did Alice emerge from that?
Alice didn't really come out. Yeah, it was years later when we decided that we were this band that was getting swallowed up by L.A. And we were a good enough band, but nobody noticed us. And I said, let's just do what we do best. And I said, how about Alice Cooper? Let's go the other way. Let's not give them a Black Sabbath name. Let's give them a name that they're not expecting. And then let's go full-out theatrics. What do we got to lose?
And the band were called Alice Cooper, and then you were called
That's
Alice
right.
Cooper.
Actually, people just called me Alice on the street.
Yeah.
I was Vince. And they kept going, hey, Alice, there's Alice. So I became the focal point. Then I became Alice.
And it is true to say that over the years, you've influenced God knows how many bands. And yet, your material, if you want to call it that, is kind of hard to define. I mean, you've been through lots of different genres.
But hard rock. We were
Hard
always
rock,
a Yardbirds band. If you listen to Schools Out, listen to the bottom of that whole record. It's all Yardbirds. Dun, da 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 dun, da 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 dun, da 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 dun. I mean, it's real Yardbirds.
Yeah.
And almost all of our songs were either fashioned after a Who song or a Yardbird song. Listen to No More Mr. Nice Guy. You know, first time Roger Daltrey sang that song on a tribute album, and he says, that song really feels familiar. And I said, well, it should be at Substitute.
Well, also, yeah, I can hear in Elected.
Elected's very Who.
Yeah, absolutely. At the time, I suppose people might say, okay, look, you're selling out a little bit, you've become theatrical, you've become a character. And then 5 years later, everyone was doing it.
Yeah. I never understood selling out because I said, wait a minute. Guys are going, well, we sold out. And I go, what are you in a band for? Do you make records? Yeah. And you hope they don't sell? Yeah. And you go to a concert and hope you don't sell tickets? What do you mean selling out?
Do you not think that perhaps some people thought that the theatricals took away from the music at times?
They did, and that was our biggest battle, was the fact that you could do theatrics and be a band first. If there was a 10-hour rehearsal, 8 hours was on the music, because you can't put the icing on the cake without the cake. The cake, to me, is the music. Then you can start putting bands have really thin little icing on them. We have about 8 inches of icing on ours, but we do have the cake. We have the music there.
Yeah.
If you try to do what we're doing without the music, it's a puppet show.
Who came first, Kiss or you?
Oh, Kiss was 7 years after us.
Really?
We actually showed them where to buy their makeup.
They took your act and they expanded. Well, you were the theatricals and they
do
expanded
they owe you?
Yeah.
They came to me and they said, look, if one Alice works, then 4 ought to work. That's how blatant it was. But I said, you're right. And you can get away with this as long as you don't look like Alice. They all did the 4 kinds of makeup. They became comic book characters. And I said, and don't do the same show. So they did pyro. They did lasers, did all the things I didn't do. So they actually did it the right way.
And they could play as well, couldn't they?
And they were a good little rock band. So I didn't have a problem with Kiss. The press had a problem with Kiss. The press is what gave Kiss, you guys are just 4 Alice Coopers, But, honestly, I never badmouthed them. Other bands that came out later on, I kind of went, that's kind of close. Guy's got a girl's name, and he's theatrical, and he's wearing makeup, and he's doing theatrics.
Oh, yeah, I know you mean.
Yeah. But there's nobody ever has ended up doing what I do, because I still do full out. The lyrics tell the story. The lyrics denote what I'm doing on stage. These guys get up and they sing and they blow something up.
Yeah.
Well, it's got nothing to do with the song. I love you, Diane. Well, okay. Welcome to my nightmare. I give them the nightmare. If the lyric says it, Alice does it. Yeah. And that's what makes the Alice thing different. We're much more Phantom of the Opera than vaudeville.
Wednesday, November 25th, tomorrow, Glasgow Clyde Auditorium. Friday, November 27th, Newcastle upon Tyne City Hall. Sheffield City Hall on Saturday, November 28th. Sunday, November 29th, Swindon Oasis. This is for Theatre of Death UK tour dates, Alice Cooper. Wolverhampton Civic Hall, Tuesday, December 1st. Then on to Plymouth, December 2nd. December 4th, Nottingham Royal Concert Hall, Brighton Centre, Saturday, December 5th. And London Hammersmith Apollo, Sunday, December 6th.
I'm tired now. I didn't want to hear that.
But I tell you what, for you, that's kind of a mini tour, isn't it, really?
Yeah, we've been out now since May, so we've already gone around the world once.
Of course, your secret is, you always tell me and Tim here, that Alice is a character and that your life is actually quite normal and you're a family man and, worse still, a golfing guy.
I still love to turn up with you at my club on Sunday.
I'm sorry, sir.
No. You got to take me down there and I'll blow the first 3 holes. Then you get that bet up and then all of a sudden I'll start making birdies, okay?
Can't come in here, sir. You're inappropriately dressed.
I'll tell you what, if you'd been out with me last Sunday, the makeup would have run in that rain.
And yours too.
You're a hardy bunch. You guys are out there. I say, well, nobody's playing in this.
Well, I know, but, that's British weather for you. OK, check out Alice on the Theatre of Death UK tour dates, and here's that song, I Just Love Elected. I'm going to play that again because I love it. All right, Alice Cooper. Thank you. goes, Alice. He's taken the snake with him. Almost 14 to 5 on BBC Radio 2. Hello, team. Can you say happy birthday to my new wife, Elena? Ta very much. Such a good show. That's from Paul. Steve, great show. Currently making copper reindeer and unicorns for a Christmas show at an art gallery in Truro, Cornwall.